Thank you, Gail, for testing all the mics. My name is Joanne Yarrow, and I'm here with the Miami Book Fair, and we welcome you all to the Swamp. This is quite an exciting event that we have all week long, all through Sunday. And today we have a really exciting lineup for you. Today we have City Theater presenting some shorts, and I'm here to introduce the members of City Theater and the co-founder and literary director. If you please come up, Susie Westfall, who's going to talk to you a little bit about what you're going to see this evening. Thank you, Susie.
Thank you all for coming out. This is a wonderful partnership. I think I wrote the other day that we're literary disruptors between the Miami Book Fair and City Theater, if we speak in the new language. We have a wonderful lineup today, and I just want to tell you how it came about, which was a very short call for scripts from South Florida Playwrights and two South Florida playwrights who live elsewhere, to see if they could come up with some plays that we would do readings of, which will reflect back our community to us. And I think you will, or I hope you will, hear and see that tonight. I'm going to introduce Gail Garrison, who is the City Theater guest artistic director this season for several of our projects, including The Swamp. And then she will take you through an introduction of the actors and the plays, and we will do a little bit of talk along the way. Okay? Okay. All right.
I just love getting near a mic. Okay. I really do want to welcome you all. We do have a wonderful selection of plays, and it's really exciting because there are so many different voices in this selection. Any of you that want to hang out by the back door, feel free to move up when you feel like it, move back when you don't. This is a first time for all of us. We have some of the playwrights in our audience tonight. Oh, yes, we do. Okay. Okay. I'm going to introduce you to them as I introduce their plays, all right? But first I want to introduce you to our Swamp troupe this evening, and they are, I so want to get this right, Mr. David Quiet, currently in Detroit at Zoetic Stage. Mr. Joshua Jean-Baptiste, is your show over, Josh? Just closed his show at the Miami Theater Center. Jessica Brooke Sanford, Silver Palm Award winner this year. Karen Stevens, also Silver Palm Carbonell Award winner. Are you in a show right now, Karen? Are you in a show right now? No. She's not in a show right now. Andres Maldonado. Michael Uribe. Michael, are you in anything right now? Fabulous. Chastity Hart, Chastity soon to be at Ragtime, in Ragtime at Actors Playhouse. And Ashley Chang. Oh, Jess. Jess is going to be in Bonnie and Clyde at Slow Burn. I'm going to be here. Okay. The first play tonight is aptly titled Swamp Girl. I don't know how she did that. But that is by Marge O'Neill Butler. Oh my God, Marge, I almost said your name wrong. Marge, wave Marge, so they can see you. I'm sure most of you know Marge because she's been just a wonderful foundation for our theater community for a very long time, and we're very happy to have this play by her this evening. And our actors in this are Jessica, come on up, Jess, and Ashley. I have my people. Thank you. All right. This is Swamp Girl by Marge O'Neill Butler. That's good. Hang on. A coffee table for two somewhere in South Florida.
Remember I told you about David?
Oh, the guy with the job.
At Channel 7, yeah. I've been seeing him for about a month. Anyway, he wants to go camping this weekend.
Camping. What exactly does that mean?
Like, in a tent and stuff. And he has this really cute friend who wants to go. I told him I would ask you to go too.
Oh, where exactly?
The Everglades?
Oh, is that like a theme park?
No.
Oh, okay.
But David says they have a really nice campground.
Campground. Okay, you said tent. Like the ones at Art Basel. Mm-hmm.
Pup tents.
Oh, I have to sleep with puppies?
No, they're really small tents.
Okay, where would I hang my clothes?
They're really small tents. You have to crawl in to get into your sleeping bag.
Wait, I'm supposed to sleep in a bag?
Didn't you ever go camping at Girl Scouts?
Oh, I was never a Girl Scout. I don't wear green.
But you must have gone camping at some point.
You've seen my mother. The closest I've come to camping is shopping without air conditioning at Merrick Park. So.
It's really fun. Sort of. It's all scary at night, and you get to use a flashlight to go to the bathroom.
Use a flashlight to find a bathroom. Okay, no, not me. No, I've never used a bathroom that wasn't en suite. No.
But you have to walk to it. That's why you need the flashlight.
Okay, what kind of place makes you walk to the bathroom with a flashlight?
Well, you need the flashlight to make sure there aren't any critters in there before you sit down. It's like basically a hole you sit over.
Okay, no. I have a hard enough time with cockroaches when the bug guy is due. Okay, I'm not sticking my butt over some hole. How do you flush a hole?
You don't.
Oh, ew, a non-flushing toilet? Is that some new, ecological method?
Of course not. It's been done since the beginning of time.
Well, it's the 21st century. These Everglades people should catch up.
But it's important to see the Everglades before it's all gone, before the animals and the birds become extinct.
I don't care who or what lives there. If they chose to live in a swamp, they should be extinct.
Come on. It'll be fun and different. And this friend of David's is really hot. He works out and stuff.
Okay, I don't know. Okay, what's his name? This guy.
Clark Soderman.
Wait, the TV guy who does the sports. That guy.
Yep, he's best friends with David.
Oh my God, I love that guy.
He saw your photo with me in David's phone. He wants to meet you.
Okay, but couldn't we just go to a club or out to dinner? What's with this idea?
They both love camping and cooking around a fire.
I don't even cook in my condo. Why would I want to do that?
They'll cook. We just have to wash up.
Oh, no. I can't keep my manicure for a week as it is.
You're always complaining about the men in Miami. I hand you one on a platter, and all you do is whine.
But he'll know I hate it.
Just keep your mouth shut. Smile a lot. He won't be able to take his eyes off you.
Are there PowerPoints in the tent for my hair dryer?
No.
Okay, crap. Okay, there are showers, right?
In the bathhouse.
They also have a separate house to bathe in?
It's pretty crude, but yeah.
Okay, wait. What do you mean by crude?
It's sort of communal.
Okay, where did you learn all these words?
You shower with everyone else.
Where they can look at me and I have to look at them.
You don't have to look.
How could I not? I don't think this is for me.
Desiree, you'll regret this.
Look, I just looked it up. See, look, it is a swamp. Why would anyone want to go there at all?
Okay, all right. I'll tell him you're not interested.
Okay, tell me, why would I go there? My bed is comfortable and my toilet flushes.
This is the last time I'm setting you up. You say you want to meet nice men who work in a good job, but when I find the exact right guy, you act like the spoiled brat that you are. I give up.
No, don't.
This guy owns a house on the bay. Makes a really good salary, has no kids, wants a beautiful woman. Why would you screw around?
Okay, I'll go to the swamp.
Will you go without makeup?
No, I can't do that. No.
Clark likes natural women. He hates the ones who plaster on makeup and wear trendy labels like they're medals.
I don't do that. I don't. I can get my makeup on in 30 minutes.
Like I said, he likes women who are natural.
Oh, for God's sake, is he from the 60s? Like, I don't want to be some unwashed hippie in a granny dress. I don't.
Granny dress? How'd you know about that?
Well, I took women's history for a semester. I'm not a complete idiot, you know.
And yet you didn't know about the Everglades.
Well, it doesn't interest me is all.
Okay, all right. Here's what we do. I'm meeting David later today at the studio. You come with me, all shiny-faced and dressed down. Maybe Clark will be there.
Are you sure? I don't have any eyebrows without makeup.
You are impossible. Do you know that?
Okay. Just give me some wipes and I'll take off my makeup. Oh. You know, these things sting.
Yeah.
And they smell like feet.
Will you scrub hard?
Okay.
Get all that black stuff around your eyes.
But I'm leaving on my eyebrows. Otherwise, I look bald.
And lose the magenta lips.
Oh, I need something on my mouth.
I'll give you my lip gloss. That's all you need.
Well, this guy better be worth it. I wouldn't do this just for any guy.
All right, let me see. Good. You look great. Get your hair off your face and smile.
What? No. I can't be seen like this.
Don't worry, I'm only going to send it to David.
Who will show it to Clark?
Well, I'll tell him not to share it.
And will he listen?
I hope so.
Oh my God.
Relax. You look adorable. Maybe except for the eyebrows.
Okay, if that photo gets posted on Facebook, you are dead.
David has written back.
Oh. Is he making fun of me?
Not David, Clark.
Okay, let me see that.
It's funny, really.
Okay, why am I not laughing? Okay, it says here, she's cute, but what's with those eyebrows? I could kill you.
Okay, keep reading.
Maybe if she wore a little makeup, they wouldn't seem so clown-like. I am so embarrassed. Great,
I've told you for months about lining up those brows.
You didn't say they were clown-like. Well.
Her phone beeps again. She reads the next text.
What?
She says, tell Bozo I want to take her to dinner tonight. Anyone with a sense of humor like that is my kind of girl.
I don't have a sense of humor.
I know, but he doesn't.
Oh, great.
Just wipe off your brows and let's get ready.
Okay, I'm wearing makeup tonight. You know, it'll be so subtle he won't be able to see it.
I will be in charge of the makeup.
And I'm not going camping.
What if you really like him? It could be fun. We'll make s'mores over the fire and sing songs.
Oh, what are some mores?
Graham crackers, toasted marshmallows, a few squares of Hershey's.
Ugh, sounds awful.
Oh, get over yourself. Just try something new. Maybe you'll like it. You spent far too much time with your mother.
My mother has done well for herself.
Yeah. Killed off 2 husbands, is working on a 3rd. You want to end up like her?
Okay, that's enough already. Okay, you want me to try something new? Well, here goes.
She grabs her makeup bag out of her purse and faces upstage.
What are you doing?
I'm just refreshing what I have left.
We have to go. Finish that in the car.
It'll just be a second.
Desiree, come on.
Okay.
She turns around with clown-like makeup on her face.
You're going to meet Clark like that?
Sure. Why not? I'll give him some of his own right back.
This should be fun.
Oh, he ain't seen nothing yet.
Blackout. Our next play is called Risen from the Dough. It's by a playwright named Frances Benson, who is from Miami. She's a wonderful, wonderful writer, and I hope you look her up on Wikipedia and avail yourself of some of her other work. This is Risen from the Dough. Our actors are Karen Stevens and Chastity Hart. Give me 1 second, ladies. Risen from the dough, Frances Benson. At Rise, Maurice violently kneads dough with her bare hands. It's hard to manipulate. She picks it up and slams it down on the table repeatedly.
Foot!
Leonid enters with a rolling pin. Maurice does not see or hear her.
Mai, Damn. Shit.
My. My.
What is it, Leonid?
Extending the
find it.
rolling pin.
I find it.
Merci.
She rolls her dough.
For God's sake, what are you staring at?
Nothing. It's just, don't you think we should make sure things are in order? It has been 2 weeks. 2 weeks. They said they would come for another inspection in 2 weeks, eh? That means any day now.
I know how to count.
Any day now, someone will be here.
I don't care.
If we don't have everything in order, they will shut.
They won't. Nobody ever make me do what I don't want to do.
Yes, I know.
I want my business the way I want. I cook and clean the way I cook and clean all my life. That way, my mayor.
Your mother?
Our mayor. I do everything just the way Mommy showed us in IAT, eh? Did anyone ever get sick from our hands? We are not dirty people.
They never say we are dirty. They only ask that we use one sink just for hand washing.
I wash my hands.
Yes, I know, Mai.
Crossing to the sink and cleaning up.
But must you also leave your coffee here each morning? And even the shells from the eggs you make for breakfast?
I must finish this order before noon. I will clean later.
And you still have not bought the soap dispenser?
You don't see how busy I am. I will buy it tomorrow.
Tomorrow, later. And what if they were to come in just now? That is already 10 points.
Bomb report, huh? I don't care about any points. We work like a sclave to finally have a place to claim as our own in this country. Now nobody can say to me, go back where you come from. Because I have business here. Me and Fwit, God rest his soul, swear to bon Dieu we would have our own business one day so that we won't have to work for these racist devils who think all Haitian people are too dirty or too lazy to...
Mes amis, you are impossible.
You don't remember all the years we cook and clean for those racist white devils.
They were not devils. And they were not all white.
Those Cubans always talking in Spanish when we come in the room. I know what they were saying about me.
Oh yeah? Habla español?
Trust me, I know, huh? And the Jamaican family in Pembroke Pine, pretending they are white and pretending their children are not smoking marijuana cigarette every day, huh? Accusing me of voodoo.
He never said that.
It was always in the way he said it, asking if I light this candle, asking what is the purpose of this candle? Vizier, the purpose of this candle, you stupid donkey, is to cover the smell of the marijuana cigarette from your vagabond children.
Okay, forget I said.
And don't let me start with the black American.
Oh, Miss
The black Americans were their worst. They think because they have a little money, they are better than me. If it was not for those black American men,
Right.
those vagabonds with their pants down to their feet, crazy for their gold and their sneakers, if it were not for them,
Ma, you are shaking.
Fwit would still be alive. I have held my tongue for 7 years, eh? 7 years. This place is as much his as it is ours.
Yes, he would be very proud.
I don't care about any inspection. Not today. I trust in God.
God does not work for the Miami-Dade Department of Health.
But I work for God. How long does it take you to chop some chopped zeppies?
Leonie crosses to the chopping board with onions and celery, etc.
Besides, they will not come today. Fwit tell me himself.
So you are speaking to the dead now?
Every year on the eve of his death, he speaks to me in my dream.
On the eve? Is today?
My hands, they will not stop shaking. They will not come today.
Maurice exits. Leonie nervously tries to work. She picks up the knife, then hesitates. She brings it to her nose, studies it carefully. She looks down at the bucket of water near the table. She smells the water, then takes out the chlorine test strip from her pocket. Maurice enters with a cup of water, just as Leonie dips the strip in the water.
That is not necessary.
Pardon?
The chlorine solution. You think you don't, that I don't know what you're doing.
I just...
There is no need to test it. I mix it myself. What? You don't trust me?
You think I don't trust my own blood? If you say it is good, it is good.
Good.
Good. But if it is good, then you should not care if I test.
I care that my own sister does not trust me.
Hebekile, since when do I not trust you?
Since the devil American sent their spy in here.
He was from the health department, no spy. You crazy.
And who sent him here?
Come, he was not sent here. They go to everybody.
No, mon cher. Not the deli on 52nd Street, eh? You know the one just around the corner from me.
Second Ave.
Exactement. Huh? They have no air condition, no fan, and you can taste the salty sweat in everything they cook. Even the cat is sweating. C'est vrai. I see the cat lick the sweat from his pigeon on the same table where they make their mandi a noche. Or what about the place we passed on Biscayne Boulevard? Do you remember?
Wozas.
Yes, Wozas. I watch her with my own eyes cook a pumpkin soup in a pot I would not clean my feet in. And I see her fry beans in a pan as dirty as the devil's ears. But do you ever see any health department making trouble for them? Do you?
I think.
No, you have not and you will not.
She points
you know
to
why?
her own skin.
Madame Woza is darker than you.
Oh, but she is Cuban.
No, Madame Woza is Dominican.
Whatever. She is not Haitian. They will always give us Haitians a hard time. They will always try to keep us down.
So go back to Haiti.
Hey!
If you are so miserable here, then go back. Go back to no water, no kuwa. And you can have light and cool air when the government sees fit. And you know the government in Haiti would have killed Fritz long before if he did not come here.
How can you say that to me today of our days?
Because it is the truth.
Well, the government is not like that anymore.
So go back.
I have earned my place here.
Then be grateful.
For what? Because I have a business. My children go to good school.
What more do you want?
My husband! Did he ever harm anyone? He worked good job in the hotel and provide good life for me and Robert and Magdala. And you? He give you a home with us when you had no place to go, eh? He risked his life, come here alone to prepare a place for us. And this place never welcomed him. We were never welcome.
But you are here.
He never bothered a soul. One night, he is leaving hotel in Coconut Grove, away from the nice cars and the young people looking for a good time. He walked to Grand Avenue to wait for the bus, eh? He waited for the bus because he gave me the car. He did not want me to take the metro downtown to North Miami, even when I tell him how many people do the same thing. No, he said, I want you to be safe. The children, they have only one mare. So he leave the car for me and he wait for the bus on Grand Avenue. Grand Avenue! What was he thinking? Eh? What was I thinking? How can I let him take a bus on Grand Avenue at 1 in the morning? Of course it is not safe. Of course he sees someone in trouble, and which he was such a good man. Of course he tried to help. He tried to find police, but they ignore him. They say, speak English, speak English.
Please, my.
Before Fritz died, he tell me what those men, what they did to him, and those men, and they follow him, and those men.
Enough.
Vagabond, evil men.
God can hear you, eh?
American.
Enough. God knows your heartbeats today, Mais. But you and I know the truth about Fritz killers, eh? They were not American. They were Haitian. Haitian, just like you and me.
They were not like us. I will never forget where I come from. I will never try so hard to be like the people here who want nothing more than to send me back that I betray my own people. Those men, those
boys, those were boys.
I don't care how old they were.
Children.
Those children try so hard to erase their culture that they become Zombies with no soul, no past, no sense of pride. I will not be like them.
And you think a soap dispenser will erase your culture?
It is not the way we do things. The way that man investigates us.
He was only doing his job.
Turning his nose up like to say that we smell. Looking at us like we are not human.
You imagine too much.
Like we are animals. Well, when they were the animals, those men.
Are in prison.
And where is Fritz? Where is he?
Oh my.
Everything here is just the way Fritz described to me when we dreamed to get out of this place. I see him everywhere. And I see our home. Our home in Port-au-Prince. It is as if he never left. And if I start to change, then
He will still be here. In the smell of the cold fish. In the sounds of spices frying on the pan. Here, in the dough. Here.
It beats heavy today, eh? S'il te plaît, get my bag from inside.
Leonid exits. Maurice kneads the dough gently and lovingly.
Is it true, Fritz?
She reaches to retrieve a pan of gyro, peels back the aluminum foil cover, takes in the scent.
Your favorite. May I?
She inserts a morsel into her mouth.
Oh, mon cher, it is true. You are here. Well then, I will fight to keep you here.
She returns the pan to the oven. Leonid enters with a bag and hands it to Maurice. Maurice takes out the soap dispenser and hands it to Leonid.
Oh my.
Where is the book?
Over there.
Well, give it to me. Now, let's see. In accordance with the United States,
Is that griot I smell?
I made it special.
She inhales, taking in the smell. She looks up and smiles. Lights to black. As you continue to see, you'll see that there are so many wonderful voices in our community, and the diversity is what literally makes us us. The next play is by Ricky J. Martinez. I think many of you may know Ricky. He's the artistic director at New Theater. If you haven't been to their fabulous New Theater, do go. It's incredibly wonderful. This play is called Roof, and our actors, Joshua Jean-Baptiste and Michael Uribe. Roof by Ricky J. Martinez. Two individual spots blink on catching two regular-looking Miami guys at opposite ends of a roof.
This roof is my sanity,
Insane in the membrane.
my sanctuary,
The bomb, yo.
a gripping serenity here,
Shit.
overlooking Miami,
Roy's the roof.
the only place to see
You feel me?
my life from.
Can you tell I love music and language?
By the way, that's Adam.
That's Vic over there.
I'm Vic.
I'm Adam.
Roomies!
Pretty cool, pretty tight as bros go, you know?
We live here.
I'd say second floor. We rent this shit, believe it or not.
On the second floor of this old Key West style looking house. You can't see it from this angle, but we're pretty high up.
Price could be sweeter, but
2 separate bedrooms, of course.
parties out here, whew, way make up for it.
A living room / kitchen,
We make everybody come out here.
bathroom, closets, stairs,
Well to
etc.
wall, pretty bohemian.
Simple, easy, manageable. Pretty damn close to perfection for my taste.
We keep it real, yo.
And of course, there's this roof.
This roof is real, yo.
It's a risk to be out here too.
And life is real, yo.
Our landlord lives underneath.
Come out here in the first place? Vic's idea.
His room is right below my feet, actually.
The Barbie on the roof? My idea.
Don't think he knows we climb out here.
These rockin' avocados? Nature's idea.
And getting kicked out right now would royally suck.
You come out here and you get lots of ideas.
But really, who can stop us?
Once you're up here,
Boom! It's like this city, so vibrant, parallels my life.
an incredible view of all of Miami takes you in ideas.
This gorgeous sky seems like only ours.
Tween Biscayne Boulevard in Miami Bay ideas.
The delicious breeze seems ours.
See delicious neighborhoods surrounding us ideas.
All seems ours.
Ideas surround us up here.
You'd be a fool not to risk it.
Ideas are risky and risky living. Yo, I'm first in line.
This is our home.
It's my beat.
Sweet home. Yeah.
It's my heart. And a heart is a risk to have, haven't you heard?
This roof is
This roof is
ours.
Right now,
Boom!
raise the roof.
This moment. That's really all we have. Always. The rest is silence, right? Blink.
Lights out. All right. And now I want to tell you that that's just a little taste of a full-length play that's coming. So keep tuned, ladies and gentlemen. The roof is coming sooner or later. When's that coming, Ricky? Next season. Wait for the roof, or just Roof by Ricky J. Martinez. Oh, raise that roof. Okay. All right. Our next play is called Hey Girl by Jessica Farr. He's excited. If you're not familiar with Jessica, she's a wonderful actress and wonderful playwright, currently in Hedda Gabler at Miami Theater Center. So if you haven't had an opportunity to see her, do. Let me get our actors up here. Andres Maldonado and Ashley Chang.
This isn't part of it, I promise.
No. Okay.
You got it? You need help?
I think I got it.
You want it taller?
Yeah.
Like a little bit?
Props.
Yeah. Thank you, baby.
Your mic's good? All right. Ready? Okay. Hey Girl by Jessica Farr. A bus bench, Miami proper, late at night. A woman sits down on a bus bench and puts her earbud headphones in. A man starts to walk up, sees her, not noticing she has her earbud headphones in. He begins a conversation with her.
Damn. You are fine. Fine. F-I-N-E. Dime piece. I don't mean no disrespect or nothing. I just want to appreciate your beauty. Just for a little. So you come here often? Or? I know. That line kind of sucks, huh? I was really asking, though. I take this route often, and I've never seen you. Or maybe I've just never seen you looking like this. At least in my dreams. Yeah, that must be it. So where are you headed? Oh, wait. You don't have to tell me that. That's weird. I get it. My mom, she lives all the way in Hialeah. Going to see her out there. Yeah, I had to move out, you know. So it's just far from everything, really, you know. And everyone, for that matter, kind of lonely. You ever been there, Hialeah?
She nods to the beat for a second. 3 head nods exactly. The man acts as if a miracle had happened before his eyes.
I knew I saw you from somewhere. Hialeah, right? Crazy, right? Like Tan Loco Coco, right? Like the center of the Bermuda Triangle. I think it is, actually. People have said that freaky shit happens. I know all the santeros on my block. Trust me, it's crazy.
He sits next to her.
I like that you don't like to talk. People talk so much. I always feel like I have to talk. I don't know why. Silence makes me uncomfortable, like really uncomfortable.
She closes her eyes. He watches her.
But they don't with you. I mean, they don't have to be. I'll bet you like silence. You do, right? I bet you get like real serious, like real introspective. I can learn to like silence since you like it so much. I can be a real man. I can be patient.
He sits with her for a minute, closes his eyes, trying to be silent. Looks at her.
I like that. That's nice. Oh, sorry, just remembered. Feel free to shut me up whenever, princesa. It's a journey, learning to enjoy the silence, but I can handle it.
She looks away. He opens his eyes. He holds his hand out to her.
Hey, girl. Hey. Hey there.
Hi.
He stares at her and sees her headphones.
What's up?
Oh, never mind.
Okay.
I didn't know you were listening to your headphones.
Is everything all right?
Yeah, everything's fine. Ish.
Yeah, this bus is taking a while, huh?
Yeah. Did you hear anything that I just said?
I heard some of it. I just thought you were on your phone. Were you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, on your phone?
I
Yeah.
was on my phone.
Okay, yeah.
It sure is hot out,
Yep.
and the bus is taking a long-ass while. Excuse my language.
No. I agree. It's taking forever. I'm going to be pretty late.
So, where are you headed?
Hialeah.
No shit!
Yeah, you?
Yeah, same!
Oh.
Yeah. Listen, I don't mean to be rude or anything, but you are gorgeous.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, just beautiful, you know? I thought you should know that.
Oh, well, thanks.
Really.
Okay.
Seriously.
Do you always feel like you have to tell a woman how beautiful she is?
What?
No, let me rephrase that. Do you always tell women they're beautiful when you meet them?
Not always, but when I see a beautiful woman.
You want her to know how beautiful you think she is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to be rude or anything.
No, I wonder if I wasn't beautiful, in your opinion, how you would speak to me.
Well.
Or if you would speak to me at all.
How would I know?
That's a good question. I don't know.
So you got a boyfriend?
Boyfriend.
Boyfriend, yeah. Man, husband, main squeeze, somebody on the side.
I'm sorry, do I know you?
I feel like I know you.
Okay. But do you actually know me? Like, know me personally?
I like to.
Okay, that's a pretty personal question to ask somebody when you just met them.
No. I feel like I've known you like 100 years at least.
Okay, I'm pretty sure our combined ages don't make up 100 years.
No, but
Yeah, I don't know about that, so.
you're difficult.
And you're presumptuous.
Is that your name, Difficult?
No.
What are you listening to?
Oh my God. What do you care, honestly?
I care all about you.
Because you find me beautiful, yeah.
Because
you want me to know what I'm worth to you.
Oh, you are so worth it.
Okay, I wasn't listening to anything. Okay, I put these in my ears so nobody bothers me on my commute. Usually it works. Apparently today was not my day.
So you hurt me earlier?
Yeah.
Everything I just said.
Yeah, most of it.
Why didn't you say anything back?
I was trying to ignore
Well,
you.
obviously your plan didn't work out too well.
What?
Just saying, you're doing a bad job at being unavailable.
What did you just say?
I mean, you spoke to me first.
Okay, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure you said hello first.
Yeah, and you were being pretty rude about this whole thing. Honestly, I feel betrayed. You lied to me.
I did not.
Yeah. You lied to me that you were being honest. You created a version of yourself that wasn't true.
Listen, I sat on a bench and I waited for the bus and I think you're overreacting.
Really? That's just it? You just sat down?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and right now I'm actually going to stop talking to you because I'd rather be doing anything else right now, so.
You should be flattered I came on to you.
Excuse me?
I would love if women came on to me like that.
Would you? See, I don't even think that's the same scenario at all. Do you even know what that's like? To be talked to in that way? You know, honestly, I can't even imagine behaving that way.
Maybe you should, so we wouldn't have to be that way.
You didn't have to do anything. You could have left me alone.
Not in that dress. Why'd you wear it?
Because I felt like it.
Because you wore that dress to get attention, and that attention was paid.
I don't think so.
I think you like to look good.
I do. What's wrong with that?
Then you're surprised when people like me come up to you and try to connect?
Okay, I wouldn't say surprised, but I'm certainly not asking for any negative attention.
Who said the attention was negative?
I never see the attention as positive.
That's strange.
Okay, I think if you were in my shoes, you might understand.
I guess maybe I'd be grateful that I still got it.
Okay, I'm sorry?
Yeah, maybe you wouldn't be so ungrateful.
Okay, well, let's agree to disagree.
She starts to go. He stops her, gesturing to a small blade.
Don't scream.
No, please, please.
No one's around, so they can't help you.
Just let me go. Let me.
Don't move.
This doesn't have to be this way. You can just let me go, please.
Shh, now we're really gonna talk. Really, talk.
Okay, just let me go.
I can't do that. Give me your phone.
Okay.
She hands him her phone.
Would you go out with me?
What?
Would you?
I don't understand.
You know you wouldn't. You judged me the minute I walked up.
Okay, so did you. You thought I wanted something just because.
What do you want? How am I supposed to please you? Any of you?
What do you want?
That's not what I want. I want you to feel how lonely I am.
Are you sure you don't want my
No,
wallet?
why would I want?
Hey, here, let me give you my wallet.
I don't want that. I want.
She reaches into her purse and throws an object into his face. He falters. She runs.
Hey, you can't run from me like that. Hey, you slut. That slut took my money. What a bitch.
Another woman walks up to the bench. Hoodie up, he pretends to play with his phone. He sees her, she sees him, smiles, stands on the opposite side of the bench from him.
Hey, girl. Hey, you look beautiful tonight.
End of play. Our next play, is by Lauren Feldman. Lauren, some of you may remember, is a South Florida girl, and we've done her plays at City Theater before, and so we're very happy to have this one in our mix tonight.
There you go.
Thank you. Way too far from me. Okay. Come back, David. Our actors are David Quiet, Ashley Chang, and Andres Maldonado. This play is called Sand and Sam by Lauren Feldman. A conservative male rabbi and a younger woman stand under the shade at a graveside tent in August in Miami near a freshly dug gravesite. Nearby, a laborer is shoveling, wearing gardening gloves. He's out in the sun shoveling a mound of dirt back into a new grave. The woman watches him. The rabbi looks out and around.
Thanks.
Sure. I always stay. I think of it as part of my job.
How long does it take?
Oh, not very. 15 minutes. You know, usually they have a digger, a crane, like a pitchfork truck, a claw.
Oh.
Usually they have a claw do it. Takes even less.
Wow.
And usually there are 5 or 6 to a team. Men, I mean. I don't know where the team is. Break, maybe.
She nods, watches the grave digger shovel. He glances around to see where the others might be.
I didn't know they used a claw.
Oh, sure. Gets it done in no time. Did you say goodbye?
No.
That's okay. He knows. Big year for your family. How are your mom's parents?
They're gone. Her mom passed a few months ago, right after Ruthie.
3 in a year.
Yeah, 3 and 9 months.
You have my sympathies.
I mean, I don't really need sympathy, but thanks.
End of a whole generation. Start of a new one? Is there a romantic someone in your life?
Yeah. She's great.
What's her name?
River.
And how long have you and River been a couple?
A little over 3 years.
Are you married?
No.
Do you love her?
Yes.
Does she love you?
Yeah.
So over 3 years, what are you waiting for?
I don't know.
She's Jewish?
No.
She could convert.
Well, that's not important.
Do you talk about kids?
No.
That's okay. And my son got engaged. He's been with this woman for 1.5 years, and I asked him the same thing. 1.5 years? What are you waiting for? I said, do you love her? Yes. Does she love you? Yes. So, ask the question, Potts. When you know, you know.
Congratulations.
Yeah, they want kids. It's about time.
They wipe sweat from their faces, try to air out their armpits, shift around, exhale.
It's good they have a tent, huh?
Am I allowed to shovel?
To shovel? Well, it's their job. There's a method. It gets done fast. Otherwise, it could take all day.
I'd like to spend the whole day shoveling. I'd like to do something. I'd like to dig my hands into it.
Well, do you want more Jerusalem dirt?
Oh no, it's a tiny little plastic packet, not a shovel. It's practically decoration.
Sure, if tradition and history are decoration to you. You traveled from up north, you said?
Yeah, Maine.
You like it cold?
I like it cold.
To each her own. You're not forbidden from shoveling. I just don't imagine he wants to be here all day waiting for you to finish. And you did do something. You came here and your still here.
Well, this doesn't feel very active.
Doing isn't always active.
Well, isn't that the definition?
Doing can be watching, remembering, decorating, getting engaged, making small talk when someone who's grieving.
Listen, I'm okay. We don't have to small talk.
Or big talk, make big talk.
We don't have to talk. I knew it would be dirt. But I kept imagining it as sand. All my memories of them are planted in Miami Beach.
Silence, heat, humidity, sweat.
I can't ask if I can shovel and he can just sit in the shade.
You can if you want him to wait for you. Or you could always go home and plant a tree in your grandfather's honor, or say a prayer for him on the beach.
I mean, they weren't really beachy people. They just lived there.
Like most of us. Or you said you're an artist, you could make him some art. Did he love your art?
He wasn't really all there to take it in. Or he was, and he just hated it. So.
I doubt that he hated it. Ruthie, may she rest, must have loved it.
Yeah, both my grandmothers, yeah.
Well, he wasn't really an arts person.
Yeah, not so much.
But generous. He was generous.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ask if they have another shovel.
Was he proud of you? You know that he was proud of you. You know he kvelled about you and all his grandkids to anyone who would listen. And Ruthie used to say clippings about you. Her granddaughter, the artist.
Yeah, she was amazing.
But she was the best. But he was proud too.
See, I don't think you know him too well.
I don't think you did.
He used to give me business advice.
That's good. Was it good?
I don't run a business.
Still, it must carry over.
Yeah, not really so much.
How long are you staying?
I leave tomorrow. I have a class.
Well, it's good that you came down. To be home, to be with family. When we drive back to the synagogue, you'll have to forgive the state of my car. It is truly embarrassing.
Okay, that's fine.
A complete chazarai. I keep saying I'll clean it, and I've never seemed to make the time.
Okay, it's fine.
You say that now, but...
I'm grateful for the ride back.
Well, like I said, I see it as part of my job. Stay till the end.
He looks towards the grave digger.
I don't know about a shovel, but you could keep him company.
The woman walks over to the grave digger.
Hi.
Hola,
Hola.
su abuelo.
Sí.
Ah, lo siento.
Gracias. Hace calor.
Sí,
Yeah.
sí,
Mucho calor.
sí, mucho.
Are two okay? Yeah? No tengo agua.
Oh.
Para usted.
No, gracias, estoy bien.
Do you want me to shovel? It's mi abuelo. So do you want me to shovel and to rest?
No. Está bien, yo casi he terminado, está bien. Es rápido. Y tú no debes enterrar a tu abuelo tú misma.
Pero I want to bury him.
Sí.
Is there another shovel?
Bueno, pero no.
He shows her his hands. They're calloused, thick, blistered red, as if to say, you don't want hands like this. Or your hands aren't like this, they'll bleed. She shows him her hands. They're calloused too. He looks surprised.
¿Por qué son así?
From my work too.
Bueno, mira. Casi hecho.
She nods, resigned. She lets him continue to shovel. The woman watches the gravedigger. The rabbi watches the woman. The gravedigger shovels. The woman watches, wishing she were shoveling. The rabbi watches the woman and pities the angst of youth. The gravedigger knows the woman won't last 10 minutes out there burying her abuelo. All are hot, all shift and wipe any sweat. The woman suddenly kneels and plunges her hands into the dirt and closes her eyes and stays there and breathes. All continue to do their separate doings, digging, kneeling, watching. Blackout. Ashley, you're still there? Ashley's back. You ready, sweetie? Ash, you have the mic there? Okay. All right. This is very short. It's called Before 7 a.m.
Driving on I-95. It's a love-hate affair. Okay, that's not quite true. It's a hate affair. I mean, okay, at first, my relationship with I-95 was just annoying. But hey, I mean, I've got to do it to get to my job in Miami. And it was the regular stuff. You know, the honking, the tailgating, and the, no, I don't signal because I'm stupid and thought-free drivers. Sidebar, what is with that anyway? I mean, not signaling. Yeah, how hard is it to signal? It's a little touch to the bar on your steering wheel. You know, it's not as if you get out of the car and push it into the next lane. I mean, by the way, I was complaining about this to a friend one day, and he says, and I quote, "Oh, I never signal. Then they'll know what I want to do, and then do it too." Really? Yeah? What? Okay, I didn't tell him, but I don't think he can be my friend anymore. Okay. But I digress. Anyways, remember when we all first got our cell phones? Yeah? Do you remember saying, "Oh, I would never talk and drive"? Yeah, sure. Yeah, right? How long did that last? And you can always tell when people talk and drive. I mean, the car is generally going slower than the rest of the traffic, right? Two choices. The driver's from Boca and really old, and or on the phone. And it's now text and sort of drive. You know, cars languidly just drifting this way and that, heads bobbing up and down, pretending to be looking at the road ahead when in actuality they're updating their Facebook about what they ate for breakfast. Yikes, I mean, really. And we can talk about, those users on the express lane. I mean, for whom express just isn't fast enough. I mean, people, okay, the speed limit is 60. Don't you think 75 is pushing it just a little? And why is it always the BMWs? I'm just saying, it's always them. And bad enough that I have to drive 26 miles to work. I also have to avoid 17 self-absorbed talkers and texters, 14 "you're too slow, although there's nowhere to go" tailgaters, 12 "I need to go faster than everybody" express lane freaks, the obnoxious 9 who never signal, and the motorcycle maniacs who suddenly scare me to death by going down the center of 2 lanes while gunning their motors, leaving me shaking and cursing in their wakes. Thus, while me attempting to breathe and maintain my composure, I suddenly find myself yelling, "You freaking idiots, okay? I hope you die in a fiery crash." I know it's harsh, but, right? And seriously, it's not good for my karma, especially before 7 a.m. I am desperately trying to live in the light here. But jeez, it's I-95. I mean, thank you.
End of play. Okay. That one was by me, and that's my life. That's my life on 95. Yeah. Our next play is Crocodile by Vanessa Garcia. Where are you, Vanessa? Vanessa is over here. Vanessa is a wonderful, wonderful playwright, and I hope you all saw her last play, which was just at New Theater. And we're looking forward to the next one, so get writing. Okay. This is... Here we go. The Crocodile Bite. Our actors are Andres Maldonado. It's actually going to be she. Joshua John Baptiste, Jessica Sanford,
Right
and
here.
Michael Uribe. Get our mics all set up here.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you. In 1994, I came into Florida on the tail of a crocodile. That's what it felt like, anyway. A rocky, ragged, jagged, thick-skinned crocodile made of rubber and old Chevrolet parts.
In 1999, edge of the millennium, I came into Miami on a steel flying machine that took me out of an economic hell and brought me into a hot heaven.
In 2001, I left New York and found my way here to seaweed and swamp. There were no concrete buildings imploding here, just sultry and sensuous sand.
In 2014, I escaped a band of brothers so cruel they almost took my life. But instead, my life took me across the border of the Northern Triangle into North America, into Homestead. 15 and alone, I went in search of a cousin I knew who was picking oranges in Florida. Anything was better
Anything was better than Argentina in those days. 50% of us were poor, 25% indigent, inflation like you've never seen.
There was nothing left to do but put our lips to a rubber tube and inflate it. Cuba was falling apart.
I was falling apart. I couldn't bear being in that city after it had taken my brother. I couldn't manage walking downtown and seeing people go about their business. I couldn't. New York just wasn't the same.
I couldn't take one more day. I knew I had to do it. Find my way by getting lost out there at sea.
I felt adrift when I first got here, but not so lost as I had been in El Salvador. There, I'd lost myself to the MS-13.
That is the Mara Salvatrucha, the baddest, most lethal gang in the world. Roberto was 16 years old and alone when I saw him standing there, looking for work. I remembered my sun-scorched skin 20 years before when I first got here. Same age as him.
Camila knew what I felt. He gave me work.
It was like Marco knew what I felt.
When I met Sophia, she was standing in front of a storefront window looking at a snow globe.
Snow globe in Florida. It was...
I couldn't help it. I reached out and... Why so jumpy? I'm not gonna bite.
It had voltage. Your touch.
When he jumped into my van, he said,
Soy bueno con las manos. I can build anything. I can do heavy lifting. I can hammer and I can hum while I do it.
"You're Spanish. It's not Cuban. Where are you from?"
Whatever you need, any job you got, I'll do it.
I remember that hunger. Vamos, I got plenty of work.
This your truck?
Why the long sleeves, mijo? Nobody told you Miami was hot?
The sun, it's sharp. The sleeves protect me.
So you're not just hiding those tattoos there? The ones sneaking down from underneath your cuff?
They're hideous.
Are they?
Made from dirty needles and dark ink and initiations and...
You're my initiation into Miami.
I'll be a good guide. 2 years I've known this city, and I feel like I've known her forever.
But your English still sounds like a Spanish song.
Like everybody's here.
Is it contagious?
If you follow my lead, you just might catch it, gringuita. We were like an unlikely match, but there was just something about her.
Camilo was an unlikely father,
A Cuban balsero and a Salvadorian runaway.
but he took me in. He became my guardian.
All of us border bandits.
Border rats.
Border birds.
Borderline mad.
And at first it was okay.
It was more than okay. It had been a while since I felt peace.
It had been a while since I really loved a woman.
It had been a while since I'd let someone inside me.
And then my brother called. Not my blood brother, but my neighbor, my friend.
Roberto started acting strangely. What's wrong?
I don't want to get you involved.
In what?
I told you it's better you don't know.
They still can't have ties to you, can they? The MS-13, that blood gang from so far away?
Ties like that are impossible to cut.
I want to tie myself to you forever.
Then you kneeled down and asked me,
Comparte tu vida conmigo. Will you?
yes.
Yes?
Those ties are impossible to cut. My brother, my neighbor, my friend, they had kidnapped his sister because he made some money up north and had gone back home, and the gang could smell money like a bloodhound smells blood.
He left at night.
I would leave at night to try to find extra work, but I didn't have any papers yet, and
Where are you going? What are you doing?
no one was as kind as Camilo.
So I followed him one day and I saw him out by the truck stops asking for work.
When I came home that night, Camilo met me at the door.
Do you need money? I don't mind. I know what it's like to be here without a penny. Just ask me. Take this. Don't pay me back, it's a gift.
No,
Send it home if you need to. I won't judge you. I told
but
you.
it's not enough. You can't give me what I need. What I need is...
A diamond. He gave me a diamond.
I worked day and night for that stone, but she was worth it.
When I saw it glinting at the gas station that night, I remembered what it was like what my old life had been, in crime and war and...
I was pumping gas. Marco was inside.
Buying Twizzlers, an American habit.
He loves those things.
The way the sugar zings inside and the plastic clicks in your mouth.
There she was, solita, alone. How easy.
From behind me, a voice.
Don't move, and you don't get hurt. Don't turn around, don't speak.
I feel a weapon at my back.
It was just my fingers, pointing, pretending. I didn't have a gun yet. It didn't...
Whatever you want.
Give me your ring.
No. Okay. Anything you want.
When I saw that man as I was coming out of the store, too close to her, Sophia,
I might have done the same thing. I can't blame the man. Marco was his name.
No one was going to take her from me. No one. So I took the blade I always keep. Because you never know. Because Argentina in the late 90s taught me that. Stay armed, stay prepared, stay...
And from behind me, a sharp, cold knife.
No.
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 No! And my new son was...
Dead.
Marco killed him. And when I looked,
He was just a boy.
without a weapon,
There was nothing anyone could do.
So we called the police.
They called me from the hospital. My card was in his wallet, the only number they knew to reach.
It was self-defense. It was...
so long ago, our lives had been marked.
By the places we'd come from.
And by Miami now. This hot...
Sandy.
Crocodile of a city.
I'm reminded, having read so many of these plays, and I do want to thank all the playwrights. We just have one more short monologue. And I mentioned this before the diversity, but there are just so many stories, and I'm kind of reminded of that old TV show, because I'm old. There are 8 million stories in the Naked City. And we have so many wonderful people here, and so many things to think about, and so many things to inspire us. So we have one more short. This is also by Gail Garrison. And Chastity's going to do it. And it's called Curves.
I love living in Miami. I love Miami because I'm not small. I have breasts, substantial hips, and thighs. I'm voluptuous, as we like to say, curvaceous. And Miami is all about curves. I used to live in NYC. You know what that's like. Oy vey, or por Dios, as I say now. Everyone is a size 2 or 0, whatever that means. On my best day, I was an 8, and that was about 1:99. Most of the time, I've been a size 12, and that, wait for it, is the national average. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, size 12 to 14. Oh, yes, seriously. Have you been to the Midwest? I have pictures. Anyway, I love living in Miami because women here have no problem having curves, and a lot of them. And there's no hiding them. Here, those curves are embraced, embellished, and even exaggerated. Hallelujah. No one seems to be the least bit shy about letting it all hang out. I don't think there's even a word in Spanish for loose fitting. At least downtown. Nope. No waist is too small and no breast or booty too big to freely swing and be seen. It is all pulled in, pushed up, and peeking out. Curves have curves. The 2s look like 12s and the 12s think they're 2s. But I love it. I feel great. And I pull my belt a little tighter, because here, I'm not a freak. I'm fabulous. I am, in the best way possible, average.
All right, I think this is a wonderful way to kick off book fair, I think. I'm very, very excited that you all came here tonight and that we were able to share these wonderful stories, and I know there are so many more. I think Susie probably has something that she would like to say. Here she comes, Susie Westfall.
Can we please give a round of applause for the actors?